Noble 6, these sabers have been customized for orbital defense. You may need to get reacquainted. Rendezvous at Anchor 9 with Frigate Savannah and the other sabers as soon as you're ready. Holland out.
Who remembers this? This is what a lot of people would consider the best part of Halo Reach. For me, this is considered the best missed opportunity for Halo Reach. When I first stepped foot into the Saber on the Long Night of Solace and realized it was playable, all the possibility went through my head for competitive multiplayer. Imagine the possibilities for capture a flag game type, where everyone starts off in their own ship, and they have to dogfight their way into the enemy base, capture the flag, and bring it home. I could also see this working for numerous other game types as well. Unfortunately, Bungie either didn't have enough time or just simply chose not to implement this into the game. But what if there was a new game that took the best of ship-to-ship combat and first-person shooters and pushed them all into one game? Well, let me tell you a little bit about this gem. This is a sci-fi PvP shooter which provides one of the most unique gameplay aspects I've played in a while. This is a game where you could choose to fight in your customized ship for long-distance combat or get up close and personal in fast-paced FPS combat. But does this game have what it takes to make it in the future and become one of the all-time greats in the indie scene? Well, let's buckle up, prepare your weapons, because we're about to breach into Project Genesis. Welcome to Project Genesis, a sci-fi FPS shooter which bridges the gap between ship-to-ship combat and shooters. Upon launching the game, you'll be greeted with the progress bar. But this isn't your progress bar, it's actually the developers. This is the first light in Project Genesis' bright future. The developers know what they want to create, they know how they want to create it, and they give us, the players, full transparency on the active development of Project Genesis. In an industry that's as unpredictable as the indie games industry, transparency on a video game development is always welcome. Browsing the menu, you'll see how you can customize both your character and your ship using a variety of unlockable colors. The ship, characters, guns, and equipment are unlockable through in-game play. As you level up, you'll unlock characters and ships. The more you play of one character, the more guns you will unlock for said character. And the same goes for ships. So if you have that one ship that you love, keep using it and unlock its potentials. Now, my first time playing this game, I actually had no idea what I was doing. And with that said, this game does have its learning curves. Upon spawn, I found myself by myself on the capital ship, while my team were out there fighting. The good news was, we were winning. The bad news, we were winning so well that the enemies actually couldn't breach our capital ship. So the game was really just 15 minutes of me just walking around the hull. Of course, eventually I learned that there was a macro that would allow me to be teleported to my personal ship, and I could have assisted in our victory. But I used that time to really take in the game's gorgeous graphics and atmosphere. It also gave me time to learn how to navigate around the ship's hull, which could be pretty daunting at first. But once you find your way around, navigating the ship is actually quite simple. And then, once I earned my well-deserved victory, it was on to the next round. But this was my actual first taste to see what this game had to offer. And even though I got my butt kicked, I was pretty astonished at how much action I saw. From ship-to-ship combat to fighting aboard the enemy ship, Project Genesis kept me hooked. The adrenaline of working with allied ships to take down the enemy base's shields, to breach it and fight your way hacking terminals, planting bombs, it's an experience unlike any other game I have played before. From start to finish, the action has never stopped, and even when I died, and I did die a lot, getting back into the action was a short boost away. The weapons I used in Project Genesis were a joy to use, for the most part. The grenades were punchy and effective, and actually felt like it was worth throwing. The pistol was simple, but powerful. I actually found myself using the pistol in favor of the shotgun throughout my playthrough. The SMG was my favorite gun to use, and to be honest, it felt a little overpowered. The SMG definitely rewards good accuracy, as it is an insanely accurate weapon, and makes an absolute joke of the Kingsguard Shotgun. In my playthrough, I started off with the Kingsguard Shotgun, and I honestly felt like I was shooting Nerf bullets as opposed to the real bullets my enemies were shooting. I found myself having to shoot an enemy up to 4 times at close range to finally kill them. Now, I don't believe the shotgun should be a one-hit kill, but when you get gunned down from an SMG when you're using a shotgun at point blank, there's clearly some balancing which needs to occur. Now, bear in mind, since this video was recorded, the shotgun was updated, so within a week's time, one of my major complaints about this game has already been addressed, which goes to show the highly active developers that are putting hard work into Project Genesis. Now, unfortunately, at the time of recording this, I have to say that the player base is quite small. I found myself matching up with the same group pretty frequently, and in some cases, I had matches that were either incomplete or had unbalanced teams. Of course, this is to be expected with games this early in development, but because multiplayer is currently the only option in this game at the moment, it makes me wish and hope that the developers will eventually add bots to fill the void of absent players. Even though player count will more than likely not be an issue during this game's development progress, it is an addition that would be nice to see. If I were to suggest another addition to this game, long term of course, I'd love to see a campaign mode added, where you'd follow a storyline and delve deeper into the depth of the lore of Project Genesis. Playing through this game, it is clear that there is some rich lore hidden beneath the surface, and I would love to see that explored. Obviously, the developer's attention is on multiplayer at the moment, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see this sometime. The developers are putting in some incredibly hard work, and it shows. With a game this early in its development and has this much polish, we are truly on the brink of something special. The adrenaline that I feel when soaring to the enemy's base to plant that last bomb, or working with my team to fend off an enemy's fleet of ships from breaching our defenses, can only be summed up with one word: exciting. And this is the same word I'm going to use for the future of Project Genesis. The game currently has numerous maps and game modes to keep each round from feeling repetitive. Every game mode is a blast and every map is polished to near perfection. It's rare to see a game with this amount of attention to detail this early in the game's life. But it's all just a testament to the developers who are currently updating and adding content. With so much more to come in the future, I cannot wait to see where this game lands. And that is what I'll call exciting. I've been covering indie games for many years now, and I have to say the folks over at 8 Circuit Studios are among the most passionate developers I've seen to date. They are truly building a beautifully unique experience that I urge everyone to try. From stunning visuals to intense gameplay to even a full functioning website integration, this game is only getting started. You can purchase this game from Steam right now at $29.99 US. Feel free, drop in, and join the battle.